Hi there, I'm Carnivore Keeper Julia, and I'm here with my supervisor Denny. And today for our Facebook Live, we are going to be highlighting our African painted dogs. So today we set some enrichment out for them, a lot of scent enrichment. We are also doing a little bit of a meatball scatter. So we have all kinds of scents out there for these guys to go exploring, and some paper products, which are some of their favorite items. So the reason that we wanted to highlight our African Painted Dog Pack for our Facebook Live today is because the zoo is going to be celebrating World Painted Dog Day this upcoming Saturday. So if you guys are coming to the zoo, we're going to be hosting keeper chats at 10 o'clock, 11:30, and 2 p.m. So definitely come check those out if you're going to be swinging by. From 10 to 2, we are also going to be having some tables out with some cool interpretive items, and we're going to be having a craft for guests to partake in as well. We have 3 dogs here in our pack, and they are brothers. We have Wiki, Moto, and Tamu. Wiki is just kind of left the front of the mesh here. Wiki is the leader of our pack at the moment, and he has a marking that kind of looks like a tree, or some people say it looks like a wine glass on his left shoulder that's white. So that's an easy way to tell him apart. We have Tamu, who is kind of off to the side there. The camera's looking at him now, and you can see really distinctly he's got those 3 white dots going up the left side of his body. So that's a way to identify him. And then a little bit further back, kind of by our pool, we have Moto, and on his back right leg there, you can see it kind of looks like a Nike swoosh to me. So those are the markings that we use to tell our dogs apart. Every individual African painted dog has a distinct coat pattern that is unique to them, and that is how they tell each other apart as well. With those different markings, they can tell each other apart from about 50 to 100 meters away. So you can see the dogs are kind of getting into a little bit there. They are brothers, so they do kind of have spats, but we are going to be starting to go into breeding season soon, which is when our pack might switch up kind of their ranking. So right now, Wiki is the leader of our pack. He's kind of the peacemaker of the group. Tamu is at the bottom, and Moto is in the middle. But during that breeding season time is when things might switch up. The dogs would kind of switch who is at the top and who is at the bottom. African painted dogs are really social animals. They're really, really cool. So they do look out for one another. In the wild, if you have dogs that are sick or injured, the other dogs will bring back food for them. That's something that's really unique to them that you don't really see across a lot of other species that kind of look out for themselves exclusively. And it looks like they're really enjoying the enrichment. Some of the scents that we have out there are we have some hay with some urine from one of the other animals in our department. We also have some different urine concentrates sprayed on the paper. There's a little bit of fish out there. Sometimes they like to roll around in. And there was a little bit of meat, but it looks like they might have gotten all of it. One of my favorite things about the painted dogs is their vocalizations that you might have heard at the beginning of this Facebook Live. So these guys have 20 different vocalizations that they do. And typically when they are going to be hunting, they'll kind of do a lot of those vocalizations and essentially hype each other up for a hunt. So even though these guys don't have to really hunt for their food here, they still do those vocalizations when they come out for their group feedings like this, which is really fun. These guys have really cool big ears. It's kind of very iconic of them. One of the cool things with that is that they have different blood vessels in their ears that help with thermoregulation to help cool them down. Sometimes when you come to the zoo too, outside of the paper and the scent enrichment, our dogs really enjoy water enrichment as well. So sometimes you'll see them kind of running through their pool. They don't really swim in it, but they do love to kind of run by, which is really fun to watch as well. And for African Painted Dog Day on Saturday, with the chats that we are going to be hosting, with those chats, we're going to be doing some scent enrichment similar to this, some meatball scatters, and one of our chats we're going to be tossing some oranges to our dogs, which is one of their favorite scents to roll around in. So I definitely recommend swinging by the Houston Zoo on Saturday if you're able to.
Hey Julia, we got a question from Kelsey. She's asking, do you guys keep them inside during the night, and what's their most active time of day?
All right, so we just got a question asking about when our dogs are most active and where they are kept at night. So at nighttime, we allow our dogs to have access. So if they want to come inside, they have that option to, but we do not make them come inside unless they have to for the weather. So during Hurricane Beryl, we did keep these guys inside overnight just because, for an emergency situation, we want to be able to make sure everyone's safe. But typically during the night, these guys can roam around inside, outside, whatever they choose to. Our dogs, they do sleep a bit during the day. I would say I notice them, they tend to be most active pretty early in the morning when the zoo opens at 9, and I would say they tend to be pretty active closer to the end of the day as well, closer to 5. All right, now my supervisor Denny is going to be talking about APD conservation.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us, and Julie, that was amazing, all that information and sharing the life of our dogs. I'm going to get a little bit broader in perspective now and how Houston Zoo contributes to saving African wild dogs or African painted dogs in their natural spaces. So we are members of the African Painted Dog SAFE program, and that SAFE stands for Saving Animals from Extinction, which is a program that's operated under the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, of which we are proud members here at Houston Zoo, accredited member of the AZA organization. So with the African Painted SAFE program, that is a collective genius of so many talented, experienced people here in zoos, including Houston Zoo, as well as conservation partners and scientists, researchers around the world. So under that umbrella program, we are combining all those amazing talents and experiences to really push conservation and saving these animals directly in the wild in their natural spaces. So some of the successes we are so excited about with the African Painted Dog SAFE program recently. One of the big ones this year is they are our SAFE partners, our conservation partners in the wild, were able to document 3 to 4 packs of dogs in Senegal this year, where we have thought they were previously had vanished from. So really exciting to know that we do have dogs in an area in Senegal that we can now study and protect and offer those amazing resources that the SAFE program has collected amongst our member institutions. Some other things we're really proud of in SAFE are raising over $90,000 in funding for conservation initiatives, and this includes any kind of educational programs or supporting our conservation partners that are directly in the field that are saving these animals, researching them, working with our community-based organizations. And a lot of that looks like working with our local communities to educate youth, people in villages how to live safely with these dogs, as well as provide workshop opportunities and training opportunities to bring more people into the program and be part of our conservation initiatives. So we're really excited to be part of this that organization here.
Is there simple actions guests can take at home to kind of help save, painted dogs or other species,
Yeah.
native to those areas?
Yeah, the question we had was, are there simple actions you all can take at home? First off, definitely come to Houston Zoo to see our African painted dogs and experience them, learn about them, appreciate them, and spread that message to others that we are working to save them in the wild. And by meeting Moto, Wiki, and Samuel here at the zoo, you are making that step to touch that story to someone else, make that connection, and share it with others. But also so many ways you can save them and other animals that Houston Zoo supports conservation initiatives such as using recycled paper at home. We do here at Houston Zoo, and you are saving trees and spaces for animals to have homes. So that's a very simple thing you can do. Recycling, reducing use of plastics. Another way that you can save animal spaces and resources in their spaces that don't have to be used by humans, and as well as avoiding trash and all that. So many ways you can be involved, but come to Houston Zoo to help us tell the story and celebrate, especially this Saturday, as Julie mentioned, with our World Painted Dog Day with several events that day. Check us out. We are so excited to have you all here on Saturday.
Jenny, we got a question earlier. One of the dogs jumped in the water. Do they like to swim?
Our dogs do like to cool off, and we have multiple ways that we can provide water for them in the form of, we have a pool lawn exhibit. You will see them use that quite often during the summertime to cool off. And dogs, African painted dogs, they do handle heat really well, but they do like to cool off. You'll see animals in watering holes in Africa and in multiple places. So they recreate that here on this habitat. We also have ice blocks that we can help them cool off if they just something novel, enrichment. As Julia mentioned, we can provide for them to lay against and lick and enjoy.
What's this behavior kind of happening right now?
So you guys may be seeing some of this unique behavior going on when we provide enrichment to our dogs. There's definitely a dominance hierarchy in play and behaviors. You're seeing some subtle stuff with Tamu. Tamu is the one that ran away. He's the lowest in our hierarchy of the three boys, and he knows that he needs to submit, and the other two get preference, especially Wiki. So you're seeing Wiki and Moto kind of pair up and move Tamu off. If they found something desirable, they would take precedence in consuming that item if it's food and push Tamu off. But we definitely make sure Tamu gets his food. So it's pretty amazing to work with such a unique and special, behaviorally challenging species. And yeah, come to the zoo and learn all about them. We love to share our stories.
Where can guests find the painted dogs in the zoo?
Oh, we had a question about where can guests come find them at the painted zoo. You guys seeing that right now? That's pretty amazing. They are playing with enrichment. So you can find the painted dogs directly across from the Ancoli cattle exhibit. A lot of you affectionately call them our longhorns. But the Ancoli cattle is directly across from the painted dogs, and we're just to the left of the lion habitat. Look for any of the zoo staff with the blue or gray shirts on, and we will be happy to escort you to the dog exhibit if you happen to be looking for it. That's pretty fun when they play. They do love to jump. They love to interact with their environment. As Julie mentioned, we provide these unique, enriching experiences, and it's not the same every day. We want to simulate natural behaviors and see those exploration, feeding. With these guys, we want to see those really unique behavioral cues, and it's we're happy to tell you more as you get used. Come to visit. And we can talk about some of the amazing stuff they do, but the tails, the ears, the head movements, submission on the ground. Pretty unique. You're seeing it right now.
What type of enrichment are they playing with currently?
So you see they were just tossing around the blue partial barrel that's hanging in the habitat with the paper streamers. And there's probably some smell or a piece of meat that might have been up in there. But they just like to explore new things, anything, a texture or smell. These guys, they keep looking around, and this is something we want them to do. Even if you provide a food item or a smell, you don't want it to last for just a few minutes. It's behavior that you want to continue on, and that's what we're seeing now. They will likely keep coming back. They remember that there was a food item or a smell. They'll come back and roll in it or explore it throughout the day-to-day. Maybe after nap, come back and check again to see if there's any scraps they missed. But they would do it in the wild. They would explore an area, come back and investigate if it's something they're really interested in. And that's our goal with providing this natural enrichment.
And you guys are going to be celebrating on Saturday for World Painted Dog Day?
Yes, remember we are celebrating World Painted Dog Day this Saturday. And our keeper, Julia, who you guys got to talk to a little bit ago, she is organizing this event. We have 3 keeper chats at 10 a.m., 11:30 a.m., and 2 p.m., and we'll have slightly different focus on each of these for the dog experience. But what will be common is we'll have volunteers and staff set up at tables that you can meet and talk about African painted dogs and everything amazing and learn about them. We can help you identify which dog is which, and there are even a couple of little activities for kids and families to help us kind of get involved and really take that memory home with you from that visit. Okay, well, we are going to finish up here for today, and I wanted to thank you all, Julia, myself, the whole team here at Houston Zoo. I want to thank you all for being with us. We're so excited to celebrate World Painted Dog Day this year, and please come out this Saturday or any day you can make it, and we will share more experiences with you.